Hello everyone, it's Meteorologist Jim Caldwell here in the Alert Center for WKYT, and it's time to talk a little bit about our forecast. We have experienced a long period of fog out there today. It's been very foggy for a while now. I should have a camera pulled up. Let me see. There we go. I can go backwards. Let me show you this. I didn't go all the way back in the show. Lexington looking a little bit better, but you go down the road in the Mountain Parkway, we had a little bit hanging around there. And just within the past 30 minutes, all of these places have started to look a little bit better around central and eastern Kentucky. Visibility numbers are up. I mean, you're up 10 miles in Georgetown, Mount Sterling, Danville, all of these locations. Now, you still have some spots where it's thicker, but the trend is there. Now we get back to the rain. There is a little bit of activity out there moving across Pulaski, Laurel, McCrary, Whitley counties, and then out to the east. You've got that coverage area. We get a little closer to it, and you can see it. I mean, it's not a big deal. And I think a few more could get generated out of what's happening out there today. But today is our biggest and best shot of picking up some rain. Today, that's what we've got, an isolated chance. And then the rest of the time, we're mainly dry. Now there are going to be some opportunities here and there, but after we picked up, better than 4 inches of total rainfall on, just during Helene, we're in pretty good shape. Everybody is in pretty good shape as far as any deficit is concerned. So we've got those numbers corrected. At least that is good. Now we look at the scattered activity that's out there the rest of the day, and it's not everywhere. Some of you are going to make it through the rest of the day and you're not going to see the first drop of rain. Overnight, into the early morning hours, we'll see some 50s. We'll probably get into the 70s tomorrow. Today, probably 70s as well, mid-70s, which is right around normal for Lexington's high this part of the year. Breaking out into some low 50s and upper 40s by early on Thursday morning, so it gets quite a bit cooler here in our area. And then a shot of some of those mid-70s coming back into play later on in the day. All right, the latest from the National Hurricane Center. Tropical potential over the next 7 days, about a 40% shot of something developing somewhere here. And when I say developing, I'm talking about a full-scale tropical system, whether it be a depression or something to that effect. Now the chances are not high, obviously, and so there's been a lot of concern and there's been a lot of misinformation out there since Helene went through Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Kentucky. Of course, folks there just out to our east got it a lot worse than we did. So people are a little bit weary when they start hearing some of these reports and seeing some of the misinformation that's being shared out there. Well, let me tell you what is happening. This could develop and turn into something tropical as we make our way through the next 7 days. Slower in risk, but it's there. And what I've consistently seen, when it does develop, it develops over in the Gulf and then turns back toward Florida. But again, the odds are still lower than what we had with Helene. What we have out there right now is Tropical Storm Kirk. Kirk is spinning along. This is Joyce, by the way. Joyce is going to continue right on this way. Kirk is going to follow a very similar path. There's the U.S. over there, okay? Now, there's another follow-up right behind Kirk, and there's a 90% chance of development over the next 7 days. But some of the spaghetti plots, I don't know why they're not showing here, but some of the spaghetti plots, which just take the central area of circulation where it takes, where it expects the storm to go to, they're all very similar to what Kirk's doing, okay? So I can show you some of that with one model, and this is the GFS, okay? So this is the Atlantic. You can see Kirk there, and then you see the follow-up system that's immediately behind it. And I can't give it a name yet because it's called Invest 91, I think, right now. I can't give it a name because it doesn't have a name yet, and it might not. And if something did develop in the Gulf, it matters on which one comes up first. So this keeps going. You can see that turns even more, and then this stays on a track very similar to that. See, it follows right in behind and also begins a slow turn. So I jumped ahead to the 10-day, but you see around here we are pretty quiet for the most part. Temperatures look pretty good too. 75 to 80 degrees on several days. We got some 60-degree days, and as we lean more toward the middle of the month, it looks, there's some evidence that we try to flip a little bit and go cooler, but a lot of time for that to happen. I appreciate you stopping by, giving me a few minutes of your time here on Facebook and YouTube. We will be back on television, streaming, coming up on WKYT News at noon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you.